So let's say you're a young woman. And the thing could apply for the men, but we're going to focus on the women. So she asked me, what's the value of a woman? Okay, so let's say you're a little kid. First of all, you don't know how to hold your head up. Let's say you figure that out. Then you don't know how to walk. Let's say you figure that out. Then you want to be creative. So you give, let's pretend girls are interested in this, and you give her something to draw. So she starts to draw things. So she starts to draw people, worlds, environments, and whatnot. You can give her Legos. Let's say she starts to construct. So her capacity to construct or draw is this big. And let's say now she's 15. So her capacity now, she's increased in her creative power. So now she can create an extremely big fresco, big, beautiful drawing with details, and right? This is just an analogy, right? Let's say now she's 30. She can build a whole house that's fully designed and fully, right? Her creative potential increases with time. So in reality, it's the same. Woman has a certain sexual power, and that sexual power is designed to give birth to, grow. First, herself. Second, children. Third, help other women grow children, which means building society, and then nation. So she's creating, with her sexual power, a nation. What the fuck? Is that not power enough for you? It's a little what Hillary Clinton wants to be. So Hillary Clinton is I don't know if I can say something nice. She's a very scary person. If I would meet her, it'd be a moment. If I would meet her in the middle of the night in my room on my own, I'd scream. You're fucked. It's over for you. It would be worse than Cardi B in your room at night. I don't know if you'll understand my jokes, but it's a great one. One day you will. So the point is, she's matured in the opposite world, right? In the world of opposites, where everything is upside down. So she's grown a family, she's done this, and she wants more power, which is natural. Everybody wants power. It's your birthright to have access to power. So what's next for her after everything she's done? Well, I want to be the president, or something like this, right? Because what am I going to do with myself and all my experience? But this is in the fake world, in the fake reality, because she's a fake person, if you understand what I'm trying to say. All she's focused on is developing her artificial persona all her life, and she's pushed it to the extreme. So in a way, I cannot but respect her. She went full in. It's cool. It's insane, but nevertheless. Okay, but if things were right side up, well, something similar would be. Because the grandmother, that means the woman who has the most experience, her creative capacity is expanded to the point where she manages vaginas. She manages the industry of vaginas, which creates and births and births and births and births, and the schools of vaginas, and the institutions of vaginas, and the organizations that help administer the services to vaginas, and the organizations that help the health of vaginas. We're talking about women when I speak about wombs. I say vaginas to simplify because it's more fun, but it's the wombs. So she has full power. But how would she be able to do that unless she's 100% plugged into the power of life, totally sane and healthy? She couldn't do that. And if she was ugly as fuck, nobody would respect her. Nobody respects ugly. Of course, she's not going to look like she's 18, because if she was 18, she'd be 18. She's going to look like let's say she's 70, she's going to look like the beautiful version of her at 70, but she's all powerful. It's a little bit like Elon Musk's mom's trying to do. Now, I don't know her, never met her, I saw a picture of her. Let's say at the surface, right? We're staying at the surface. We're not looking deeper. I'm not saying I want to bang her. I'm just saying at the surface. This is what she's trying to look like. She's trying to look like a sophisticated, mature, powerful woman who's succeeded for herself, giving birth to the supreme sun alien who's going to change humanity by going to Mars, right? There's a sophistication that comes from her. She's not trying to look like she's 18. She's found a style that works for her. You only see little clips here and there of her, little shots, but that's what she's trying to exude. And from her appearance, she's beautiful. Now, I know this is a front, because it's totally inauthentic, but it's not the point. The point is that at least she understands that. She's not trying to look like she's 40. And what's exuding from her within the pictures, because it's of course fabricated, is a form of elegance and maturity and beauty that you can only find in a mature woman. young women will not have that elegance. They will not even understand what the word elegance means. They're clumsy. They don't know how to behave or how to walk properly or how to use their bodies. It's just everything is clunky, right? Fortunately, they watch TV and then they learn how to be sluts like the strippers. But if you didn't have that programming, they're just awkward. You see what I'm trying to say? So let's leave Elon Musk's mom on the side and go back to that creative potential. So in life, when you build your health, you're always building your creative potential, but it has different phases. When you're young, you have all that youth. So that youth and all that fire is there for one purpose. We're going to make little things. We're going to make little babies. But here's the issue. If you don't have some guidance that knows how to have babies, knows how to raise babies, know how to have like your belly fit, that means your industry is busy, that shows you how to live properly so that the baby can come up right. What do? You're fucked. And if you don't have the structures around that are for women, by women, to support you, to give you all the services that you need to relax so that you can do your job of growing a baby properly, you're fucked. And this is exactly what we see. Because nobody wants to be in the leadership position except crazy people. Because they're not really mature. And what I'm saying sounds foreign to people. Imagine. So you'll say that the First Nations kind of live like this. Let's not get into that. We can have a whole conversation about the First Nations. But in appearance, it seems, okay? Because I don't buy illusions. But in the illusion that they're selling, there appears to be some form of respect towards the elders and whatnot. And that's what it originally meant. If that's true or not true, let's not get into this right now. But why? Because that older woman, that mature woman, has such a creative power, is supposed to have a mastership over her sexual energy and a mastership over her mind, that she can unlock you with one word. She can change your life. That's a lot of fucking power. She can solve your problems. We're talking about women to women, right? That's power. How could you not respect the grandmother? But nowadays you can't respect the grandmother because the grandmother's trying to be a hoe. I got a friend of mine. She's 28. Her grandmother's 67 or 68, or I don't know how old she is. And she goes out dancing, trying to be like if she's 15. Now, did I say that she's not allowed to dance? I'm like, no, but she's going to bars, hanging out, trying to have a boyfriend like if she was 18. Isn't that odd? She's a grandmother. There's nothing grand about her. In her mind, she's 15. So of course she feels like shit. Of course she feels valueless. And of course she's traumatized internally because she has no genuine value outside of the narrative the society is trying to convince us to make us feel guilty, to say that ugly old women are not ugly. I'm like, no, you're ugly because you don't have any power. And youth is a form of power. It's not the only form of power. It's a form of power that expresses itself at a certain phase of our lives. In women, it's arguable that it's between that age and that age, and it's at its height. Yeah, but then it leaves something else. Another form of power can express itself. But we don't have that today. So I think this well answers the question. It's the creative potential that is supposed to mature. And the woman is supposed to become technically a supreme alchemist. And she has superpower. And on top of that, it's like a super MLM, multi-level marketing company. That means if she's in charge of 20 women, and these so many women are in charge of 100 women, everything that these young women are generating as power, she gets a reward in energy-wise. It creates a grid. That's what I'm trying to say. So she gets nourished. She's the richest person. She's the most that's why she's the grandmother. She's the most powerful person in the group. Not less powerful because she has wrinkles. She's the most powerful. And the youth genuinely venerate her because she's the most powerful. And the success of their youth depends on that grandmother's organization. And if the grandmother decides to cut you off, your youth is fucked. You know what's going to happen? You'll be going to slut like they show you on TV. That's what's going to happen to you. You have no direction, no guidance, and you're going to waste your youth, and you're going to crash on a fucking wall like those Manispherian dudes are going to say, and you're going to have nothing. And you're going to hate yourself. And as you grow older every day, you're going to have less and less and less and less, and you will be depressed. And that's not the fault of nature. That's due to your ignorance and lack the miseducation of you.